Welcome everyone to Who Died Today America. Today we take a moment to honor the incredible actors we've lost on this day, January 29th, 2025. Their work has left a lasting impact on cinema, and we are grateful for the memories they've given us through their remarkable performances. Our thoughts are with their families and fans as we reflect on their legacies. Before we begin today's tribute, please show your support by liking this video and subscribing to our channel. This means a lot to us. Thank you for joining us in this heartfelt remembrance. Let's begin. Ken Flores, who passed away at the age of 28, was a rising star in the comedy world, known for his sharp wit and charismatic stage presence. His ability to connect with audiences through humor made him a standout talent, and his untimely passing leaves a void in the world of stand-up. Born with a natural gift for comedy, Flores quickly gained recognition for his unique style and relatable storytelling. His performances were filled with energy, and his ability to find humor in everyday life resonated with fans across the country. As his career took off, he embarked on his Butterfly Effect tour, bringing laughter to audiences nationwide. His last performances in Norcross, Georgia, showcased the passion and dedication he brought to his craft. Flores's presence on social media further cemented his reputation as a comedian with a bright future. His authenticity and raw comedic delivery endeared him to a growing fan base, and his influence extended beyond the stage. Fellow comedians and fans alike recognized his potential, praising his ability to turn observations into unforgettable punchlines. Despite his passing at such a young age, Ken Flores's impact on comedy was undeniable. His talent, work ethic, and love for making people laugh will be remembered by those who had the privilege of seeing him perform. As tributes continued to pour in, it is clear that he was not only a gifted comedian, but also a beloved friend, brother, and son. Ken Flores' legacy will live on through the joy he brought to audiences. Though his time in the spotlight was brief, his humor and spirit will not be forgotten. He is survived by his family, friends, and countless fans who will forever cherish his laughter. Whyte Maloney, a talented musician and former contestant on The Voice, has died at the age of 44. The Clark County coroner in Las Vegas confirmed that Maloney died. The official cause of death listed as a gunshot wound to the head. His passing marks the loss of a gifted artist who made a lasting impression on both the country and rock music scenes. Born in 1981 in Traverse City, Michigan, Maloney was immersed in music from an early age. He learned to play several instruments, including guitar, violin, cello, and drums. His musical journey led him to front the progressive rock band Indulge, with whom he recorded the album Tomorrow's Another Day in 2005. After a decade of touring, he transitioned to a solo career, recording his debut album Where I've Been, produced by Sean O'Dwyer, who had previously worked with the Black Crowes, Roger Waters, and Pink Floyd. From 2010 to 2013, Maloney gained recognition in country music circles, performing nationwide while his original songs, Hillbilly, Michigan Moonlight, and Living with No Directions, were played on country radio stations in Michigan, Nevada, Colorado, and California. In 2014, Maloney found national fame as a contestant on NBC's The Voice. His powerful rendition of Lights by Journey earned him a 4-chair turn during the blind auditions, ultimately landing him a spot on Blake Shelton's team. He progressed through 2 battle rounds and became one of Shelton's top 5 finalists. During the competition, he recorded hit covers, including What's Love Got to Do with It by Tina Turner, Easy by Rascal Flatts, and Second Chance by Shinedown. Following his time on The Voice, Maloney continued to write, record, and produce music, working as a studio musician and songwriter for other artists. In 2023, he released the country single Don't Put Me in a Box, followed by Love with Nowhere to Go, Sleepwalk, and Toast to Tonight. He also had an ongoing residency performing at Ole Red, a venue owned by Blake Shelton. Throughout his career, Maloney shared stages with major artists such as Tim McGraw, Morgan Wallen, Rascal Flatts, Shakira, Usher, and Ed Sheeran. His passion for music and dedication to his craft will be remembered by fans, friends, and fellow musicians alike. David Lynch, the legendary filmmaker who reshaped American cinema and television with his surreal and haunting storytelling, has died at the age of 78. His family announced his passing after he had publicly disclosed a battle with emphysema, a condition linked to his lifelong smoking habit. Lynch's work defied conventional storytelling, blending horror, noir, and psychological mystery to create unforgettable films like Blue Velvet, 1986, Mulholland Drive, 2001, and Lost Highway, 1997. He also transformed television with Twin Peaks, 1990, a groundbreaking series that captivated audiences with its eerie atmosphere and enigmatic narrative. Born on January 20, 1946, in Missoula, Montana, Lynch spent his early years moving around the U.S. before settling in Virginia. He initially pursued a career in painting, but his fascination with film led him to the Pennsylvania Academy of Fine Arts and later the American Film Institute in Los Angeles. It was there that he began developing his distinct style, culminating in his first feature-length film, Eraserhead, 1977. The nightmarish black-and-white film became a cult classic, catching the attention of Mel Brooks, who hired him to direct The Elephant Man, 1980. The film, a moving biopic about John Merrick, earned 8 Academy Award nominations, including Best Director for Lynch. His career took a hit with Dune, 1984, a big-budget adaptation of Frank Herbert's sci-fi novel that failed both commercially and critically. However, he quickly rebounded with Blue Velvet, a psychological thriller that solidified his status as a master of eerie, dreamlike storytelling. The film's unsettling exploration of small-town darkness, combined with standout performances from Isabella Rossellini and Dennis Hopper, became a defining work of the decade. Lynch's Twin Peaks brought his unique vision to mainstream television, becoming a cultural phenomenon in its first season. Though it lost momentum in its second season, the show retained a dedicated cult following and eventually returned for a third season in 2017. Over the years, Lynch continued to craft enigmatic films such as Wild at Heart, 1990, The Straight Story, 1999, and Inland Empire, 2006. He was awarded an honorary Academy Award in 2020 for his contributions to cinema. Beyond film, Lynch was a painter, musician, and advocate for transcendental meditation, founding the David Lynch Foundation to support stress relief programs. He is survived by his children and a legacy of films that continue to inspire and mystify audiences worldwide. Mary Weiss, the iconic voice behind Leader of the Pack and Remember Walking in the Sand, has died at the age of 75. She passed away at her home in Palm Springs, California, from complications related to chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. Born on December 28, 1948, in Cambria Heights, Queens, Weiss grew up in a struggling household after losing her father as an infant. She found solace in music, and as a teenager, she joined forces with her sister Betty and twins Mary Ann and Margie Ganser to form the Shangri-Las. Their dramatic, rebellious style set them apart from other girl groups of the 1960s. The group's breakthrough came in 1964 when they recorded Remember, Walking in the Sand, followed by Leader of the Pack, a song that shot to #1, won on the Billboard Hot 100, and became one of the defining anthems of its time. Their mix of sweet melodies and tragic, rebellious storytelling made them a standout act, earning them opportunities to open for the Beatles and the Rolling Stones. Despite their success, the Shangri-Las disbanded in 1968. Weiss stepped away from the music industry and moved to San Francisco, later settling in New York City. She built a successful career as a commercial interior designer, avoiding the spotlight for many years. Though there were brief attempts to reunite the group in the 1970s and 1980s, Weiss remained largely disconnected from the music world. In 2007, after decades away from the stage, she made a surprising return with her first and only solo album, Dangerous Game, released by Norton Records. The album was well received and introduced her to a new generation of fans. Weiss is survived by her husband, Ed Ryan, and leaves behind a musical legacy that continues to influence rock and pop artists today. With her passing, her sister Betty Weiss remains the last surviving member of the Shangri-Las. Ian Lavender, best known for his role as Private Frank Pike in the classic BBC sitcom Dad's Army, has died at the age of 77. His death marked the passing of the last surviving main cast member of the beloved wartime comedy. Born Arthur Ian Lavender on February 16, 1946, in Birmingham, England, he developed a passion for acting early on. After studying at the Bristol Old Vic Theatre School, he made his television debut in Half-Hour Story, Flowers at My Feet, in 1968. That same year, at just 22, he was cast as the naive and lovable Private Pike in Dad's Army, a role that would define his career. Lavender starred in all 9 series of Dad's Army from 1968 to 1977, as well as the 1971 film adaptation. His character, frequently referred to as a stupid boy by Captain Mainwaring, became one of the show's most memorable figures. He remained closely associated with Dad's Army for the rest of his life, participating in anniversaries, reunions, and even making a cameo in the 2016 film reboot. After Dad's Army, Lavender had a varied career across theater, television, and film. He appeared in sitcoms such as Yes Minister, The Glums, and Come Back Mrs. Noah, as well as the long-running BBC soap opera EastEnders, where he played Derek Harkinson from 2001 to 2005, returning briefly in 2016. He also performed in West End productions, including Sister Act the Musical, and starred in radio comedies like It Sticks Out Half a Mile, a sequel to Dad's Army. His career extended into reality television, with appearances on Celebrity Mastermind and A Celebrity Taste of Italy. However, his time on the latter show was cut short when he was hospitalized for sepsis. Lavender had previously battled bladder cancer and survived a heart attack in 2004. A lifelong Aston Villa supporter, he famously chose Pike's signature scarf to match the club's claret and blue colors. In 2015, he was honored with a star on the Birmingham Walk of Stars. Lavender is survived by his wife, Michelle Hardy, and his 2 sons from his first marriage. Bob Edwards, a pioneering American broadcast journalist and longtime host of Morning Edition on National Public Radio, NPR, has died at the age of 76. He passed away in Arlington, Virginia. Edwards, known for his calm, authoritative voice, was a familiar presence in millions of homes across the United States. He served as the first and longest-running host of Morning Edition, anchoring the program from its inception in 1979 until 2004. Under his leadership, the show became one of the most listened-to radio programs in the country, second only to The Rush Limbaugh Show. His interviewing style, described as thoughtful and engaging, made him a trusted voice in American journalism. Born in Louisville, Kentucky in 1947, Edwards was drawn to radio from a young age. He graduated from the University of Louisville in 1969 and later earned a master's degree in communication from American University. His early career included a stint in the U.S. Army, where he worked as a broadcaster for the American Forces Korea Network. After his service, he became a news anchor for CBS affiliate WTOP before joining NPR in 1974. Edwards initially co-hosted All Things Considered before becoming the host of Morning Edition. Over his 24 years at the helm, he conducted more than 20,000 interviews, speaking with world leaders, authors, and cultural icons. His most memorable conversations included regular chats with legendary sports broadcaster Red Barber. which often veered into discussions about history, flowers, and life itself. Despite his success, NPR controversially removed Edwards from his role in 2004, citing a need to freshen up the program. The decision sparked a backlash, with over 50,000 listeners voicing their objections. Edwards remained briefly as a senior correspondent before departing NPR entirely. He later joined Sirius XM Radio, where he hosted The Bob Edwards Show and Bob Edwards Weekend, continuing his commitment to in-depth storytelling. His work earned him numerous accolades, including a Peabody Award and induction into the National Radio Hall of Fame. In his later years, Edwards hosted Take On Today, a podcast for AARP. He was married to NPR anchor Windsor Johnston and had 2 daughters from a previous marriage. Edwards' legacy in broadcast journalism remained significant, as he set the standard for thoughtful and intelligent radio storytelling. Patty Yasutake, an American actress best known for her role as Nurse Alyssa Ogawa in the Star Trek franchise, has died at the age of 70. She passed away at the UCLA Santa Monica Medical Center due to a rare form of T-cell lymphoma. Born on September 6, 1953, in Gardena, California, Yasutake pursued a career in acting that spanned nearly 4 decades. She made her television debut in 1985 with an appearance on T.J. Hooker and went on to secure guest roles in numerous series, including Boston Legal and Chicago Hope. However, she became widely recognized for her recurring role as Nurse Ogawa in Star Trek: The Next Generation, where she portrayed a trusted medical officer aboard the USS Enterprise. Her character, a dedicated Starfleet nurse, appeared in more than a dozen episodes and multiple Star Trek films, making her a beloved figure among the franchise's devoted fan base. Beyond Star Trek, Yasutake's talent extended to both film and theater. She earned a nomination for an Independent Spirit Award for Best Supporting Female in 1988 for her performance in The Wash, a drama exploring the lives of Japanese-American families. Her work in the film was praised for its depth and authenticity, highlighting her ability to bring complex characters to life. In addition to her acting career, Yasutake was deeply involved in the Japanese-American arts and cultural community. She was the sister of Irene Hirano, a notable advocate for Asian American heritage and former president of the U.S.-Japan Council. Yasutake often participated in projects that celebrated her heritage and supported representation in the entertainment industry. She resided in Hollywood, California, and was married. Despite battling illness, Yasutake remained active in Star Trek fan conventions and reunions, cherishing the connection she had built with fans over the years. Her passing marks a loss for the Star Trek community and the broader world of television and film. She is remembered not only for her contributions to science fiction, but also for her dedication to her craft and her role in bringing greater visibility to Asian American performers in Hollywood. Phil Donahue, the groundbreaking television host who revolutionized the talk show format with The Phil Donahue Show, has died at the age of 88. He passed away at his home on the Upper East Side of Manhattan following a long illness, surrounded by family and his beloved golden retriever, Charlie. Donahue's career spanned nearly 3 decades, beginning in Dayton, Ohio in 1967, before expanding nationally in 1970. His show, later known simply as Donahue, became the first talk show to incorporate live audience participation, setting the stage for future hosts like Oprah Winfrey. Over its 29-year run, Donahue tackled controversial topics such as civil rights, abortion, and war, bringing difficult discussions into American living rooms. Born on December 21, 1935, in Cleveland, Ohio, Donahue was raised in a middle-class Irish Catholic family. He attended the University of Notre Dame, where he earned a degree in business administration. His career in broadcasting began in local radio and television, before he made a name for himself as a talk show host. He was known for his ability to facilitate meaningful discussions, whether interviewing political figures, celebrities, or everyday Americans. Donahue's influence extended beyond television. In the 1980s, he co-hosted the U.S.-Soviet space bridge with Soviet journalist Vladimir Posner, a groundbreaking televised conversation between American and Soviet citizens at the height of the Cold War. He also briefly returned to television in 2002 with a show on MSNBC, but was controversially let go after expressing opposition to the Iraq War. A passionate advocate for social justice, Donahue co-directed the 2007 documentary Body of War, highlighting the struggles of Iraq War veteran Thomas Young. He remained engaged in public discourse and was honored with multiple awards, including 20 Daytime Emmy nominations, a Peabody Award, and induction into the Television Hall of Fame. In 2024, he received the Presidential Medal of Freedom from President Joe Biden. Donahue was married to actress Marlo Thomas for over 40 years. He had 5 children from his first marriage to Margaret Cooney, which ended in divorce in 1975. His legacy as a trailblazer in television and an advocate for meaningful dialogue endures, shaping the landscape of talk shows and public discourse for generations to come. John Lell, the versatile actor best known for his role as parapsychologist Dr. Peter Guthrie on Dark Shadows, he passed away at the age of 95. Born on November 6, 1928, in Williamstown, Vermont, Lell built a career that spanned over 2 decades in television and film. His early television work included appearances in Armstrong Circle Theater, Hong Kong, and Alcoa Presents, One Step Beyond. One of his most notable roles came in The Twilight Zone, where he portrayed John Wilkes Booth in the episode Back There. Lell became a familiar face in the 1960s and 1970s television, making guest appearances on numerous popular series. He played Dr. Robbins in Lassie and Benjamin Wedlock in Dan August, while also taking on roles in Gunsmoke, Rawhide, Wagon Train, The Fugitive, 12 O'Clock High, Adam 12, Mannix, Ben Casey, and The Streets of San Francisco. He also had 3 separate appearances in Perry Mason, further cementing his place in classic television history. Beyond television, Lell appeared in 5 films, showcasing his adaptability as an actor. His final television credit was in the primetime soap opera Falcon Crest, concluding a career that made him a recognizable character actor in Hollywood. Lell's contributions to television left a lasting impact, as he brought depth to many supporting roles in some of the most iconic shows of his time. His passing marks the loss of a talented performer whose work entertained audiences for decades. Mitsy Gainer, the celebrated actress, singer, and dancer, best known for her starring role in South Pacific, has passed away at the age of 93. She died of natural causes in Los Angeles. Born Francesca Marlene Duchanyi von Gerber on September 4, 1931, in Chicago, Gainer's talent in singing and dancing was evident from a young age. She trained as a ballerina, and by her teenage years was performing with the Los Angeles Civic Light Opera. At 17, she signed a contract with 20th Century Fox, launching a career that would make her one of Hollywood's leading musical stars. Gainer made her film debut in My Blue Heaven, 1950, and quickly became a popular name in musical cinema. Some of her best-known films include There's No Business Like Show Business, 1954, Anything Goes, 1956, and Less Girls, 1957. However, it was her role as Ensign Nellie Forbush in the 1958 adaptation of South Pacific that cemented her place in cinematic history. The performance earned her a Golden Globe nomination for Best Actress in a Comedy or Musical. Following her film success, Gainer transitioned into television and live performances. Throughout the 1960s and 1970s, she starred in a series of Emmy-nominated television specials and became a Las Vegas headliner. Her stage performances, featuring elaborate choreography and dazzling costumes, were produced by her husband and manager, Jack Bean. After retiring from film, Gainer continued to make an impact in the entertainment industry. She contributed columns to The Hollywood Reporter, and in 2008, a documentary titled Mitsy Gainer, Razzle Dazzle. The Special Years was released, celebrating her television career. She toured the country with her one-woman show, Razzle Dazzle, My Life Behind the Sequins, until 2014. Gainer received numerous accolades throughout her career, including a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame and induction into the Great American Songbook Hall of Fame. She was married to Jack Bean from 1954 until his passing in 2006. The couple had no children. Mitsy Gainer's legacy as a performer, who brought joy to audiences through film, television, and live performances, remains a testament to her remarkable talent and dedication to entertainment. Charles Dolan, the visionary businessman who founded HBO and Cablevision, has passed away at the age of 98. Born in Cleveland, Ohio, on October 16, 1926, Dolan's career in telecommunications transformed the media landscape. After serving in the U.S. Army Air Forces at the end of World War II, he pursued a career in broadcasting and cable television, eventually becoming one of the most influential figures in the industry. Dolan's early work involved producing and distributing sports and industrial films. He later founded Teleguide Incorporated, an information service for hotels. In the 1960s, he created Sterling Manhattan Cable, the first company to provide wired cable television access to buildings in New York City. This company laid the foundation for what would become a media empire. In 1972, Dolan launched Home Box Office, the first premium cable network. HBO revolutionized television by offering exclusive movies and sports programming without commercial interruptions. The success of HBO led to the rise of cable television as a dominant force in the entertainment industry. Dolan later founded Cablevision Systems, which became one of the largest cable providers in the United States. Under his leadership, Cablevision expanded its reach and introduced innovative programming, including regional sports networks and high-definition content. The company also controlled Madison Square Garden, the New York Knicks, the New York Rangers, and several other entertainment properties. In 2016, Dolan sold Cablevision to Altus USA for $17.7 billion, marking the end of an era for the company he built. Throughout his career, he received numerous accolades for his contributions to the cable industry, including the Double Helix Medal for his philanthropy and medical research. Dolan was married to his wife Helen for over 70 years, until her passing in 2023. They had 6 children, including James Dolan, executive chairman of Madison Square Garden Sports, and Patrick Dolan, principal owner of Newsday. His extended family includes owners of the Cleveland Guardians baseball team. A pioneer in television and media, Charles Dolan leaves behind a legacy that reshaped how audiences consume entertainment. His work paved the way for the modern streaming era, forever changing the landscape of television. Diane Delano, a versatile character actress known for her distinctive voice and strong screen presence, passed away at the age of 67. She died from cancer at her home in Los Angeles. Born on January 29, 1957 in Los Angeles, Delano came from a family with deep roots in the entertainment industry. She was the granddaughter of actor John Merton and carried on his legacy with a career that spanned decades in film, television, and voice acting. Delano was best known for her role as Sergeant Barbara Szymanski on the CBS series Northern Exposure, where she played a no-nonsense law enforcement officer. She also gained a devoted following as Roberta Bobby Glass on Popular, a WB high school drama where she portrayed the tough and sarcastic teacher. Beyond live-action television, Delano had an extensive voice acting career. She brought to life characters like Mav Riedel in the Ben 10 franchise, Stampa in Superman, the animated series, and Pantha in Teen Titans. Most recently, she voiced Tuba in the animated series Infinity Train. a role that endeared her to a new generation of fans. In addition to her television work, Delano made appearances in numerous films and guest starred on popular shows such as Days of Our Lives, CSI, Crime Scene Investigation, and ER. Her deep voice and commanding presence made her a standout in both dramatic and comedic roles. Her death was announced by her close friend and fellow actress Stepfanie Kramer, who remembered her as a dedicated performer and a cherished friend. Delano leaves behind a legacy of memorable performances that will continue to entertain audiences for years to come. Michael Cole, the actor best known for his role as Pete Cochran on the groundbreaking television crime drama The Mod Squad, passed away at the age of 84. He died at the Providence Tarzana Medical Center in Tarzana, California. Born on July 3, 1940 in Madison, Wisconsin, Cole overcame early struggles, including sleeping under a freeway bridge when he first arrived in Hollywood. Years later, a billboard for the Mod Squad was placed on that very bridge, symbolizing his rise to stardom. Cole began his acting career in the early 1960s, appearing in films such as Forbid Them Not, 1961, and The Bubble, 1966. He also took on roles in westerns like Chuka, 1967, and critically acclaimed TV movies such as The Last Child, 1971. His guest appearances on hit shows like Gunsmoke, Wonder Woman, The Love Boat, and Chips kept him in the spotlight throughout the 1970s and 1980s. However, it was his portrayal of Pete Cochran in The Mod Squad that made him a television icon. The show, produced by Aaron Spelling and Danny Thomas, focused on a trio of young undercover cops with troubled pasts, resonating with counterculture audiences of the time. Cole's character, a rebellious rich kid who had been disowned by his parents, became one of the show's most memorable figures. Despite his initial hesitation about playing a police officer, he ultimately embraced the role after realizing its cultural impact. The series ran for 5 seasons and produced 123 episodes. After The Mod Squad, Cole continued acting, appearing in General Hospital as Harlan Barrett, and taking on roles in Murder, She Wrote, Fantasy Island, and Diagnosis, Murder. Horror fans may remember him as the adult Henry Bowers in the 1990 miniseries adaptation of Stephen King's It. In later years, he made appearances in ER and the Hallmark series Mystery Woman, reuniting with his Mod Squad co-star Clarence Williams III. Cole struggled with alcoholism but sought help at the Betty Ford Clinic in the early 1990s. His third wife, Shelley Funes, helped stage an intervention, and he remained sober thereafter. Cole is survived by his wife, Shelley, and 3 children from previous marriages. His legacy as a trailblazing television star and dedicated performer will continue to be remembered by fans and colleagues alike. Helen Gallagher, the acclaimed actress, singer, and dancer known for her roles on Broadway and television, passed away in New York City at the age of 98. Her career spanned 7 decades, earning her 2 Tony Awards, 3 Daytime Emmy Awards, a Donaldson Award, and a Drama Desk Award. Born on July 19, 1926, in Brooklyn, New York, Gallagher was raised in Scarsdale and the Bronx. Despite struggling with asthma, she pursued a career in the performing arts, making a name for herself in theater and television. Gallagher's Broadway breakthrough came in High Button Shoes, 1947, followed by a Tony Award-winning performance as Gladys Bumps in the 1952 revival of Pal Joey. She starred in Hazel Flagg, 1953, and later gained recognition for Sweet Charity, 1966, earning a Tony nomination before taking over the title role. In 1971, she won her 2nd Tony Award and a Drama Desk Award for her role as Lucille Early in No No Nanette. Her stage presence and versatility made her a beloved figure in musical theater. While known for her Broadway work, Gallagher reached a wider audience with her role as Maeve Ryan in the ABC soap opera Ryan's Hope, which she played from 1975 to 1989. The character of Maeve, the strong Irish matriarch of the Ryan family, resonated with viewers and earned Gallagher 3 Daytime Emmy Awards. In the show's final episode, she performed a poignant rendition of Danny Boy, cementing her place in soap opera history. Gallagher also appeared in television programs such as Law and Order, The Cosby Mysteries, and All My Children. She had a small role in the film Roseland, 1977, and starred in the independent drama Neptune's Rocking Horse, 1997. She continued acting on stage and teaching at the Herbert Berghof Studio in New York City. Gallagher was married to Frank Weiss from 1956 until their divorce in 1972. In later years, she remained active in theater and continued mentoring aspiring actors. Her contributions to Broadway and television left a lasting impact on the entertainment industry. Gallagher's remarkable career and dedication to the arts will be remembered by generations of performers and audiences alike. Chuck Woolery, the longtime television personality best known for hosting Wheel of Fortune, Love Connection, and Scrabble, passed away at his home in Horseshoe Bay, Texas. He was 83. Born on March 16, 1941 in Ashland, Kentucky, Woolery began his career as a musician before transitioning to television. In the 1960s, he was part of the psychedelic pop duo The Avant-Garde, scoring a top 40 hit with Naturally Stoned in 1968. He later pursued a country music career, releasing songs such as Painted Lady and The Greatest Love Affair. Woolery's biggest break came in 1975 when he became the original host of Wheel of Fortune, created by Merv Griffin. He helmed the show for 6 years until a salary dispute led to his departure in 1981, after which he was replaced by Pat Sajak. However, this was just the beginning of his game show legacy. He went on to host Love Connection, 1983 to 1994, Scrabble, 1984 to 1990, 1993, Greed, 1999 to 2000, and Lingo, 2002 to 2007, becoming a familiar face to million television viewers. His warm, charismatic hosting style made him a staple of daytime and primetime television for decades. Beyond game shows, Woolery acted in films and TV series, including The Treasure of Jamaica Reef and New Zoo Review. He also briefly hosted his own talk show, The Chuck Woolery Show, in 1991, and was a part of several reality and documentary-style programs, such as Chuck Woolery, Naturally Stoned. Later in life, Woolery became a vocal conservative commentator, hosting a podcast, Blunt Force Truth, where he discussed politics and current events. His outspoken views often made headlines, particularly his criticisms of the media and government agencies. Woolery was married 5 times and had 5 children. His first son, Chad, tragically passed away in a motorcycle accident in 1986. He was married to his wife, Kristen, at the time of his passing. With a career that spanned music, television, and radio, Chuck Woolery left a lasting impact on the entertainment industry. His legacy as one of the most recognizable game show hosts will be remembered by generations of viewers. Mark Withers, the television actor known for his roles on Dynasty, Magnum, PI, and LA Law, passed away on November 22, 2024, in Glendora, California. He was 77. The cause of death was pancreatic cancer. Born on June 25, 1947 in Binghamton, New York, Withers pursued a career in acting from an early age. He earned a Bachelor of Arts degree in acting and directing from California State University, Los Angeles, and later obtained a Master of Fine Arts from Minnesota State University, Mankato. His training set the stage for a career that spanned several decades, primarily in television. Withers gained widespread recognition in 1981 for his portrayal of Ted Dinard, the ill-fated lover of Stephen Carrington, Al Corley, in the first season of the primetime soap opera Dynasty. His character's storyline, one of the earliest portrayals of same-sex relationships on television, was groundbreaking for its time. Beyond Dynasty, Withers built an extensive career in television, making guest appearances on popular series throughout the 1980s and 1990s. His credits include Wonder Woman, The Greatest American Hero, The Dukes of Hazzard, Heart to Heart, Remington Steele, Hotel Dallas, Matlock, L.A. Law, The King of Queens, and Frasier. His ability to take on a wide range of roles made him a reliable presence on screen. Withers was also known for his work in theater, having performed in numerous stage productions early in his career. He remained active in the entertainment industry for many years, balancing television, film, and stage work. Withers is remembered for his contributions to television history and his ability to bring depth to every role he played. He is survived by his family, friends, and countless fans who appreciated his work. Jack Jones, the celebrated singer known for his smooth vocals, timeless hits, and the theme song for The Love Boat, passed away at the age of 86. The cause of death was leukemia. Born in Hollywood, California on January 14, 1938, Jones was the son of actor Alan Jones and actress Irene Hervey. Raised in a musical household, he pursued a singing career that spanned over 6 decades, earning 2 Grammy Awards and 5 nominations. Jones first gained national attention in the early 1960s with hits like Lollipops and Roses and Wives and Lovers, the latter of which won a Grammy for Best Vocal Performance, Male. His ability to interpret the Great American Songbook, combined with his polished delivery, made him a favorite among fans of traditional pop and jazz. Throughout his career, he recorded dozens of albums, performing a mix of romantic ballads, jazz standards, and contemporary songs. His rendition of The Impossible Dream from Man of La Mancha became one of his signature songs. Despite changes in the music industry, Jones remained committed to his classic style, working with top arrangers such as Nelson Riddle and Don Costa. In addition to his success in music, Jones had a presence in film and television. He made guest appearances on variety shows like The Ed Sullivan Show, The Dean Martin Show, and The Carol Burnett Show. He also made a humorous cameo in Airplane 2, the sequel, and appeared in the critically acclaimed film American Hustle. Jones became widely recognized for singing the upbeat theme song for the long-running television series The Love Boat, which remains one of his most enduring contributions to pop culture. His career continued well into the 21st century, with albums such as Seriously Frank, a tribute to Frank Sinatra, and concert tours celebrating his legacy. His final public performances were part of his 80th birthday celebration tour in 2018. Jones was married 6 times and had 2 daughters. He lived with his wife Eleonora in Indian Wells, California, in his later years. His legacy as a vocalist, interpreter of classic songs, and a connection to the golden era of American music will be remembered by fans around the world. Breaking news of the day, News 1. Mick Jagger is proving that age is just a number as he leads the Rolling Stones on their Hackney Diamonds tour, captivating audiences with his legendary energy. At 80, the iconic frontman shows no signs of slowing down, recently sharing his thoughts on endurance and future plans in an interview with Reuters. "It took a couple of shows to get into the groove, but now we're into it," Jagger said with a laugh, adding that performing at 80 feels no different than at 78. Alongside Keith Richards, 80, and Ronnie Wood, 77, the Stones are rocking U.S. stages, with hints of taking the tour global. Jagger also teased the possibility of another album, saying they have plenty of material following the success of Hackney Diamonds. What's his secret? Jagger credits regular exercise, dance rehearsals, and good genes. "My father was a fitness instructor and lived to 93, he shared, revealing his weekly routine of gym workouts and dance sessions. For Jagger, the real magic comes from the audience. You get this back and forth with the crowd. It gives you a lot more energy. Fans worldwide are thrilled to see the legendary rocker still at his best, proving the Rolling Stones truly never gather moss. News 2. Angelina Jolie, acclaimed actress and humanitarian, continues to inspire with her courageous health choices and unwavering strength. In 2013, she made headlines by undergoing a preventative double mastectomy after discovering she carried the BRCA1 gene mutation, significantly increasing her risk of breast cancer. Motivated by her mother Marceline Bertrand's passing from cancer at 56, Jolie described the decision as both empowering and life-changing. "I feel empowered by making a strong choice that in no way diminishes my femininity," she shared. The procedure reduced her breast cancer risk from 87% to just 5%, giving her peace of mind. In 2016, amid personal challenges, Jolie faced another health struggle, Bell's palsy, a condition causing temporary facial muscle weakness. Attributing it to stress, she has since emphasized the importance of self-care and emotional well-being. "I have found strength in making bold decisions for my future," Jolie reflected. Her journey serves as a powerful reminder of the importance of self-advocacy, health awareness, and prioritizing well-being. Fans continue to admire her resilience, making her a true symbol of strength and determination.